Hello friends, welcome back. And if you remember when we just discussed about the list input, so it was just having the limitation that your character variables cannot contain the embedded blanks and your character values cannot have the value more than 8 characters and we can read only the standard numeric values. So if we are having our data aligned into the I would say list format which is separated by one space, but our data is just having the I would say space as well, and data numeric data is not there in the standard numeric format, then how we can do so? So that's what we are just going to learn, and this is very extremely important topic. If you just go to interview can just ask you this. Okay, so let me just read through this. So list input is the basic form of reading data in SAS. That's why it put some limitation also, but using the colon and ampersand modifier we can come out of these limitations. Okay, we can read variable with more than 8 character and non-standard numeric format value using the colon modifier, means like this one, and we can read the character values with blank values using the ampersand modifier. Points to remember. Below are points to remember. You can read non-standard numeric format and you can read like variable more than 8 length. Colon modifier must be given between the variable name and the informate in the input statement. Points to remember about the ampersand modifier. It is just used to read the like it is just given between the informate and the variable name, and it is just used to read where our variable is just having the space. Okay, so for that let's jump to this as and go to the English classes, sorry, code. So I'll just write the code here. So what I will just do, I'll just simply first say data modi. Okay, and then I will just say input name, salary and age or DOB. Okay, and data lines, and then we just come here and we just close this, and we can just simply copy these as well here so that we don't need to write it again. So you just see here, what do we have here? This name variable, everything is just separated by the space here. Okay, so it is list input data. Okay, but name is just having values more than 8 character. Okay, so what we will have to do? Okay, that what we need to do. So for that, and our numeric variables are having non-standard numeric value. So for that we will be using the colon modifier. So this format is the date 9 dot, we will write it here, and Sally is there in the comma 5 dot, we can write it here, and then similar way this is the character, this is the character. So what we will do, in the character we can just say like how many max value name variable is just having. So it is just having 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, so we can just say, suppose we can just say 10. So what we want here, we just want to create name as a character with max up to 10 characters. Okay, then similar way we are just saying read salary as comma 5 and date 9 as this, but if we just run this code it will not work. Okay, see, we are getting error. So how we can just make it work? So we will be just applying the colon modifier between variable name and the informate. Similar way, this is the variable name, this is the informate, we will apply colon modifier here. Similar way, we will apply the colon modifier here. And now if we just run our code, you will just see that our data is being read properly. Okay, and same way we can just apply the format here as well. For this salary we can just say comma 5 dot, and for DOB we can just say date 9 dot, and here we don't need to give the colon modifier because we are apply the format. Okay, so we just run our code. So see, our data is just coming as we were looking for. So that's how we can just overcome the problem or limitation of the list input. Okay, now let's come here. I'll just copy this, paste it here. Okay, now what issue we do have here? Like whenever r, so for the like this scenario, I'm just telling you this for this scenario, whenever our character variable which is name is just having the embedded space, so next delimiter which is space must have two spaces. Okay, you can just see I have applied the two spaces here. Then going forward it can have one space, but it should be having the two space once, or if or any variable is just having the embedded blank. Okay, so this is the limitation for the raw data. And then how do we read this? All the code will be just same. What we will have to do, suppose we just want to read it for 15 length, because like length is just more here, and instead of this colon we will just say ampersand here. So once we just give the ampersand, it will just run without any problem. So see, it has just read all the values, and values are just getting formatted properly. Okay, now if we just go back to the data, and let me just show you only one space. Okay, and let me run the code. See, our code is not giving the expected result as we are looking for. So that's the limitation, or that's the, I would say, mandatory thing. When your variable is just having the embedded space, so your variable should be separated by the two delimiter, two space. Okay, so then only you will be able to use the ampersand modifier. So now if you just go to the interview, and interviewer just ask you what's the difference between the colon modifier and the ampersand modifier, so you will just say that ampersand modifier is just used to read the variable with the embedded space, whereas colon modifier is just used to read the character values with more than 8 characters, and numerical values which are not there in the standard numeric format, like comma or the date and time. Okay, so that's what I just wanted to tell you about the modifiers. So this is the only topic, now we will just learn more topic in the next video. Till the time, bye bye guys.